The loud buzz of the alarm rang through the room. I had woken almost an hour ago and just lay in bed going through the things I had on my schedule today. I swung my arm out, looking for my phone on the bedside table. When my fingers brushed against it, I clutched it and brought it to my face. The phone's screen's brightness caused me to squint a bit, but I turned the alarm off. I'd laid in bed long enough, so I pulled the covers off me and swung my legs off the bed while sitting up. After stretching my arms over my head, I stood and headed to the bathroom. The condo I now occupied had become my space. Though it was one of my designs and it turned out amazing, it had yet to feel like home. That point crossed my mind every morning, no matter the fact it had been almost a year since I moved in. When Cadence told me to leave that night, I thought it was only temporary and that I would be back home with my wife and family within a matter of days. I was so very sadly mistaken. I unknotted the drawstring of my sleeping pants and let them drop to the floor. I stepped out of them, bent to grab them, and tossed them into the hamper. I got lost in my thoughts after turning on the shower, then got in. I'd fought and fought to repair whatever was broken in my relationship, but there came a point where I realized I was battling alone. How determined I was didn't matter. I couldn't save a marriage when Kay didn't want to lend a hand in the efforts. Once I came to that conclusion, I stopped fighting and started to wrap my head around the idea of my family being over. The separation and consequential divorce were tough on me, but even worse was how difficult it was on our kids. My daughter just wanted her dad home and didn't understand why I couldn't just make that happen. My son, on the other hand, had gone from being glued to my hip to not even wanting to be in the room with me. It was like the divorce made him think I was the bad guy in the scenario. He later came around once he saw I wanted to be back home and was doing everything in my power to make that happen. That change had only occurred in the last 8 months, but even so, I was grateful. What made me even more grateful was him expressing to his mother and me that he wanted to live with me instead of her. While I never wanted him to have to choose between us or to see his disdain reverse from me to Cadence, I wanted my kids with me. Once I accepted my family dynamic had truly changed, I settled for any way I could have my kids. Currently, Kendricks lived with me, and we alternated weekends when we had both kids, unless Cadence planned something. It wasn't my idea of perfect, but I'd become used to it.